Geraldine, good morning.
Hi. How are
So,
you?
I'm great, thank you. So, what motivated you, Geraldine, to specialize in working with couples who work together professionally and in helping them with the unique challenges that they face in their partnerships? And what are those unique challenges?
Oh, well, that's a big question. We what motivated me is basically because myself and my husband, I've been there in a
Yes.
nutshell.
Yeah.
Myself and my husband, we've worked together for years. Not always in the same jobs type thing, but we've worked from home together for a long, long time, and um, we just found that you spend so much time working, you maybe have young children. It's all about the work, and you can very easily become work colleagues.
Mm.
And you might be going on holidays together, you might be having eating together, you might be doing, you share a bed and all that kind of thing. But it can be, you can kind of become like roommates, and it just can get a little bit, you just sort of grow apart a little bit, really.
Yeah.
And I I see a lot of people they're successful, they're working very hard, and they're there's just kind of something missing. They deserve to have this amazing relationship that they started out with,
Yeah.
and don't quite know how to get back there, or even if it's still there, it can kind of seem like a distant memory. The idea of, where you were years ago, you first, you'd meet for a date and light up as you see each other. And I think people can just get a little bit worried that that's gone forever.
Yeah.
And are we just going to stick with it and hang in there until we die? Which is a bit
So
grim.
true. It's so true. It's so easy to go from a romantic partnership to a business partnership in a
Mm,
couple, and it's such a subtle change over
yeah,
time. And then it's like suddenly like, oh, we used to have fun together.
yeah.
Yeah,
That fun really goes. That
yeah,
can really disappear.
yeah.
And you can get it back, but sometimes you can be a bit, you can sort of feel like it might not get the right reception.
Yes.
It's just a brand of fun. You need to maybe
Yeah,
ramp it up a bit.
yeah, absolutely. So typically, how do you assess the dynamics of a professional couple with their working relationship and their personal relationship when you first start working with them?
I would normally have a call. I'd set up a call with them.
Mhm.
Not necessarily both of them. Very often it's just one of the couple, because it's not necessarily that both of them are on board with the idea of rekindling their relationship. But it can be done with, it can definitely be done with one partner. And I would have an in-depth chat with them to see where they're at and what they need help with. And then that just really, it just gives you start to get a good insight as to what direction we would need to go in. And if we're a match, because I coach people who are coachable. That sounds daft, but people need to be coachable. As you know, you're a
Yeah,
coach, of course. So some people,
yeah,
you
of
think,
course.
"Oh, we're not going to work, it's not going to work between us." So they maybe need to seek another route. Um, yeah. So basically, a long call, and well, a 45-minute call, and then we see where we're up to, and I get a good idea of what's happening.
Yes. And I was going to ask you about what about when only one of the two people is really wanting this relationship to improve, but you've answered that. You can
Yeah,
do it with just one person.
yes, there are a lot. Obviously, not all relationships are can be saved. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
not, that's clear, but very often I have a single person, sorry, one person from a couple coming to me, and there's so many things that you can do to improve the relationship. And just change the way the person sees their partner as well. There's so much can be done.
Yes. What are some of the common issues or conflicts that arise amongst professional couples working on creative projects, and how do you help them to navigate these challenges?
Well, often it's obviously very case specific. That sounds a bit like a, you know, you get the most common things really are they just feel like they're growing apart. They're more like they're onto maybe feeling like they're at different stages in life. The kids maybe are leaving home. One person's career is changing. The other is maybe thinking, I want to wind down. So there's lots of different things that can change. They seem like they're on a different path. When you're having your kids, you're both at the same place. I mean, I say you're at the same place. Very often in the past, it's been that the woman has shouldered most of the work as far as small children are concerned, and then typically, yes, yeah, not always, but a lot of the time, and then sometimes the man's life doesn't change quite as much, so that can be quite a difficult and challenging time as well. But you tend to be running on emergency fuel at that time, and you are just trying to get through it. But really, when you've been together for years and years and the kids are leaving home, you can just end up feeling that you're strangers, really. And sometimes there can be topics that you don't really find difficult to discuss that tend to cause aggravation. And this is a big communication issue. And coaching and communication, they go hand in hand. You know, that's something we can definitely help with.
Yes, that's a big thing, isn't it? Helping people to find solutions to the obstacles, and helping people to communicate their needs and ask the other person their needs, and all of those things that we can find so painful to do, that are so simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a bit of guidance and support and accountability, people can really start to open up to each other. Absolutely.
And also the attachment of meaning that we have that is usually wildly wrong. Yes. You know, somebody says something and you think, oh, they said that because of that. And you won't have a conversation about that. And you can be wildly wrong about what you think they meant. And you never ask them. And you just put that in the little filing cabinet of misdemeanors that your partner has done to you, or the perceived ones. And really, they're all little damaging things that can be changed and dealt with. So it's really the potential for a fabulous relationship, like a better relationship than when you first met, is massive. I mean, the excitement and joy that you can have in a relationship that's been going for years is crazy. And I feel quite sad for people who have been together for years and years and years. They've done all the hard work. They've had the children. They've been poor, and they've struggled to pay the rent, and they've done, that's not always, but you know what I mean, they've done all the difficult times. They've worked hard, they've worked together, they've stayed together, got the kids through college, kids are leaving home, and then they think, should we get divorced? I think all the good stuff is just ready. I'm not saying all the good stuff has happened, the kids are great and all that, but there's such good stuff left. And divorce is so expensive.
So
great coaching.
Divorce is so expensive. I can attest to that.
Yes.
And there's so much. It's potentially such a rich part of our lives.
Absolutely.
The post children at school and post setting things up. Yeah. And to actually be able to share that together.
Yeah. And reap the rewards of all your hard work, and you know each other so well. And I know that can seem like a bad thing. And sometimes people are just thinking, well, I just want something new. But actually something new is not as easy as it looks.
No,
You know?
so true.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody watching who is in the situation where they're in a long-term relationship, they've been setting up and running businesses together, their children are growing up, and they feel like they would really love to rekindle the excitement that they first experienced when they met, how can they contact you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Claire. Yes, I mean, if this sounds good to you and you would like to have an amazing relationship or love to have an amazing relationship, you can join our community. I'll have to read this bit. You know, basically another thing that we do, of course, is help couples to increase their wealth together, which is a plus, because a lot of the couples I work with are already ambitious, and that's what they're working towards as well. So that's another part of it. But yeah, if you join our community, you get free trainings to learn how to create a great relationship, whether your partner is on board or not. There's a safe place to share your relationship questions, and I will give you answers, as you know, give support, and you get inspiration. So you can enjoy romance and deep, compassionate love that you crave, as we all crave.
Yeah.
And I can share weekly inspiration with you and show you how to do that. So I'm on Facebook, and I'm Geraldine Murphy, relationship coach. And we'll put the link below for that group that you can join as well. Brilliant. So that's it all.
And the wealth is important, because we were talking about this earlier, weren't we? How creating wealth enables us to contribute more.
Absolutely. Yeah, being able to, because contribution is such an important thing for people, and everybody has a different way of contributing. Yes. But it is important that we do make money, because as we were talking about earlier, it is important that money is in the right people's hands.
Yes.
And you know, we're good people. More good people need to have more money to do good stuff with, and have more say over their own lives as well. You know, it's an expensive world. It's very dynamic and changing. We do need to be prepared for whatever comes at us.
Yeah, you know? And when we have more money, we can help more people.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Geraldine.
Thank you.
We will put the link to your group below the video.
That's fabulous. Thank you very much.
So much. And hopefully some people who want to really get their love life back on track together will get in touch with you.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you very much.